Hey guys, what is going on? This is Panzer Dragon, and today we're going to be doing another tip video, part 2 of my, I don't even remember what I called it, but if you guys want to watch that tip video, you can look in the description below and click on that, but if I don't have it in the description below, then that means I forgot, and you can just tweet at me if you want, on that Twitter if I forgot. Otherwise, yeah, essentially this is going to be part 2 where I get some of APDO's words, Korean ranked #1, apparently the best player at League of Legends. I was listening to some of the things he said, and yeah, I have some tips from him, as well as some tips I've just thought about and want to share with you guys. That was supposed to be in the last video, but that video was too long, so we're gonna do part 2. So with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so first off, let's just start off with what APDO said in like one of his streams. So basically, if you want to climb, just one trick a champion. Like, play what you're good at. Stop trying to play, let's say you're a mid lane main and you're trying to play like 10 champions. What's the point of playing so many champions if you're not in LCS? You don't see me playing Lee Sin because he's meta right now. It's just because I don't have experience with him, otherwise I would, but I just don't have time to learn him. But I do know I'm good at Elise, so I'll just play Elise. And it's a good thing she's meta as well. I mean, look how I got 700 LP before. I just spammed Hecarim, never played any other champion. Okay, well, you know what I mean though. Just one trick a champion, and that's your champion to climb with. But if you're trying to play like Zed, okay, well, maybe you main Zed, but if you're trying to play like Yasuo, LeBlanc, cause there's that new Hextech Gunblade build on her, or you're trying to play tank Fizz Top cause he's, being played a lot, but you don't ever play Fizz Top. I mean, it's just like, stop playing so much fucking champions. It's not gonna do you good unless you really know how to play those champions. That's right, I'm talking to you, Red. I've told you this so many times, but you just insist on playing some champions I won't speak of. I always tell Red, you ain't the best Yasuo, stop fucking playing him. Although he does have a high win rate in top lane for some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, essentially, just stick with like 2 champions in each row. It might get boring, I don't know, but do you want elo or do you want fun or get shit on or whatever? I mean, if it's a high win rate champ, I understand, that's really good, but if it's like, I don't know, all the high elo players are playing it, you just like first time or like 3 times with that champion in ranked, I just don't like that. Like for me, in top lane, I have 2 champions, Pantheon and Swain. That's all I play. But I used to play Nas, but he got nerfed, and also, I heard APDO say that he just gives up on nerf champions and goes on to something else, which is what I've been doing the whole time, but I don't know why I'm not rank 1. It doesn't make sense to me. But I do agree with his point because, for instance, let's say Graves has a 52% win rate, then he gets nerfed and now he has a 49% win rate. That's a 3% change in his win rate, which is, well, tells you how big the nerf was, and 3% is a lot. So like, yeah, if your champion gets nerfed, I honestly suggest you to quit it. That's why I quit Hecarim, because, well, it was more of the meta change, which essentially made his win rate go down. He didn't get nerfed, but Lee Sin Elise in every game made him basically garbage. Also, he can't power farm to get super high level anymore. So that's why I quit Hecarim, because he's just straight garbage in the meta right now. Then I just moved on to Elise. Mid lane, I only play Kassadin. Bot lane, I don't even want to touch that lane. I play Twitch or whatever's meta. And then support, it's just Maokai and Sona, because they're really good right now. High win rates, etc. And then jungle is literally just Elise and Warwick, and if Ivern or Sedge is up. So yeah, I have just like 6 or 7 champions for ranked right now that I'm very comfortable with, and I feel like I can like carry or whatever, but if I want I can learn other champions. I just don't feel the need to, But, I've told Red to stop fucking doing all that stupid shit and just play like 1 or 2 champions in each role. Or dodge when you're top jungle or whatever else. Alright, so the next thing that APDO said was, you gotta be a little careful on big patches where they have huge changes. For instance, the tank rework, he said like, just wait a week and then people will figure out what's OP and broken. Because in that first week you might get cheesed, or people on your team are playing the new champion. Oh, you don't want that. You want to know what's broken as shit so you can watch out for it and ban it or whatever. Don't play against it or dodge, etc. You guys all know what happens when there's like a big update and solo queue just turns into a super fiesta, and it's kind of scary to play in. So you just wait until people figure out what's good or bad and then play. For instance, I noticed AP Maokai was trending on Champion GG So I brought it out in high elo where no one checks champion GG, and people started banning that shit after I was playing it, and it was actually kind of funny. So I surprised people with that pick, and yeah, it was super fun. People still don't know about it, it's just so good. But yeah, shit like that can happen against you. You don't want that. Alright, next tip. This tip is essentially stems from the root of Tarzan. He told me, you know, one effective strategy of just climbing the solo queue ranks is basically dodging some games. Because you see, dodging doesn't affect your MMR, which is what you need to climb or to get more LP. If you dodge like a bajillion games in your bronze 5, but you were like diamond 1, then you'll be facing diamond 1 players still. So that's why LP doesn't matter, it just depends on your MMR. But yeah, I dodged so many games, like games where I get off roll. Our team comp sunk, so we have full AD, or we have like 5 junglers who all got in the same team. So yeah, dodging is definitely an effective tactic. Like if I don't get casted in mid and I'm mid lane, I will dodge. I'm not playing that game. Essentially because I'll probably lose it if I like play Ari or something. But yeah, I think dodging is definitely a good tactic if you want to climb some ranks. Alright, so for my next tip, this one's just pinging. Pinging everything. Because of pings, you don't have to type in chat anymore. You can literally communicate with your team by just pinging people or pinging objectives. For instance, like you question mark ping where the enemy jungler is, or you question mark ping your mid laner. Alright, you know that's pretty basic stuff, right? You always want to just give info to your team and communicate effectively, but you know, pinging once, you're just giving people a suggestion, you know. Like let's say you're mid lane, you know, you ping mid Mia, your top lane gets ganked by mid lane. Ping mid lane was MIA, what's wrong with you? Essentially, it is his fault for getting ganked, of course, and you giving the Mia ping, but to be honest, it's actually your fault for not spam pinging that shit. Like when mid's Mia, and you think he's going top lane, you better spam question mark ping Mia, 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 so people clearly understand that mid's Mia, and maybe they might be dying soon or something. Like, if I want to do Baron, I spam ping Baron. If I want to take dragon, I spam ping that shit. Like 1 ping, it means you're suggesting something. 5 pings means come here, bitch. But yeah, if you want to get something done, just spam ping. If you want to suggest and be, you know, passive, just 1 ping. Alright, so for the next tip, I've said this before, but basically, play your game and work on it. If you do things based off your team's decision making, let's say you're Diamond 5, well, guess what? You're gonna be listening to Diamond 5 shot calls, and yeah, you won't improve because you're not relying on your own decisions, you're relying on your teammates' decisions, which, you know, is whatever elo you're at. So essentially, the only way you can climb is if you're mechanically good and you know, like, you know, the matchup of Kassadin versus Syndra or whatever, then yeah, you can play that right. But once it comes to mid game, late game, you're listening to your Diamond 5 teammates. Oh, guess what? You're through because you didn't take Baron, or they got Baron or something. And essentially, you could have won it if you just said one thing, or if you had stepped up and you know, said something, maybe you could have won that game. But unfortunately, you listened to your teammates, so you lost that game. And the only way you're climbing is if you're mechanically good. But if you know what to do and you feel like, you know, that's a good call, spam ping it and tell your teammates what's up. For instance, let's say you have a Malphite and he wants to fight 4v5 and you kind of have a lead, but in the back of your head you're like, wait, this is 4v5, don't fight it. Then he ults and you fight the team fight because you're like, let's see what happens, and then you lose it, and then you're like, holy shit, Malphite, why did you initiate a 4v5? But in reality, you know, it was in the back of your mind, so why didn't you say it? Right? So what I do in those situations, I say, no, just fucking wait. Don't do this, boy. Because essentially, I know the game plan on how I'm gonna win, and I don't need to fight this 4v5. I just, you know, 5v5 or control Baron, etc. And I play my game, not off-row top lane Malphite's game. Oh, that's another tip. If someone's off-row, do not trust him. Do not ever trust him at all. Trust the people who are in the roles, because people in off-row tend to not know how to essentially play that role as well as someone who does. So his decision making, just be scared of it. Alright, so that's all the tips I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There was this last tip I had to say. It was a refreshed idea, but I just want to reiterate it. I know I've said it before. But yeah, that's one of the things why I kind of dropped from 700 LP, was because I was relying on my teammates and I didn't really essentially know how to win the game. So I just dropped after a bunch of thrown games, and it was pretty bad, and I forgot essentially the game plan on how to win games. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did like this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.